This is the NBC Television Network.
The Lakers were the team of the 80s, and now they try to recapture that glory and get to the finals in the 90s.
The Blazers find themselves trailing those Lakers, but hope to head back to Portland, tied at 2.
The defending NBA champions are on the verge of elimination, and their three-peat dream is all but dead. So folks, come inside and cool off as the playoffs heat up. It's showtime.
Welcome to NBA Showtime. Now, Bob Costas and Pat Riley.
All right, Pat, you're Rick Adelman for a moment. What do you say to your team?
Well, I don't know if I'd want to be Rick, but if I were Rick, I would say to the players today, their backs are against the wall, and it's about this. They think they're a championship team, Bob. Championship teams don't blow 18 and 12-point leads against Utah and LA at home. Championship teams don't make mental mistakes when the game is on the line. Championship teams get to these points and they break through, and that's what this is about. If they are a championship team, they will win today.
So he should be saying that to them, is what you're saying. In the locker room right now, he should be saying, look, we don't want to be in this position, but we are, and it's a chance for us to prove who we are.
And sometimes it's a sobering effect for the coach. It's almost calming, because you know you're a great team, and you say, I would like to get this team to this point sometime to see exactly what they're made of. Well, this is the day.
All right, we'll talk more extensively about the Lakers and Trailblazers in a moment. But first, the Eastern Conference Finals are on the verge of ending early after the Bulls' 113-107 win over the Pistons yesterday at the Palace. Detroit is in a precarious position indeed. No team has ever come back from 3-0 down to win a series at any point along the way in the NBA playoffs. Finals, early series, never. It's never happened. The way Chicago is playing, the Pistons' chances for the three-peat have gone past the crisis point. Marv Albert is at the Palace for Game 4 tomorrow. The Bulls were on the floor practicing a moment ago. Marv, what's the story?
All right, Bob, to illustrate how severely the Bulls have dominated the Pistons, how about this stat? Over the course of this entire series, the Detroit Pistons have enjoyed the lead for only 3 minutes, 31 seconds. That's been it. So the defending champion Pistons, frustrated and now desperate, face a 3-0 deficit. And as Bob just mentioned, in the history of the NBA, no team has come back after trailing 3-0. A subject I discussed with Detroit captain Isaiah Thomas.
That's all false. You know, if you got to do that, then you shouldn't be playing. If you got to depend on something else to get you up and psych yourself out and all that other mumbo-jumbo, then you shouldn't be playing a game of basketball. That's what I think. Now, somebody else may sit here and tell you something different, but in terms of Isaiah, when I walk out on the court, I'm going to win the basketball game, and I'm coming to win it regardless what the odds are, what history says. If I need some other false thing to pep me up, then I shouldn't be playing the game.
A proud Isaiah Thomas insisting that this series is far from over. And we are joined by the coach of the Phoenix Suns, Cotton Fitzsimmons, who will be with us on tomorrow's telecast. Cotton, from Chicago's point of view, what is their major concern?
Well, I think Phil Jackson wants to be sure his team is relaxed, but not too relaxed. Confident, but not too overconfident. Michael Jordan a few minutes ago assured me there have been no celebrations by the Chicago Bulls. They're focused and ready to play.
So Phil looking to guard against being a little bit too loose with that 3-0 lead. Now, we watch both Detroit and Chicago work out. What do you come away from watching the Pistons?
Well, I think, Marv, first of all, if you believe Isaiah Thomas, there will be a Game 5 in Chicago. But after watching the Pistons leave the locker room after the workout, I think the mind is willing. I'm not certain their body's willing.
Okay, we'll be here for Game 4 tomorrow afternoon starting at 3 Eastern Time with Showtime. Back to Bob and Pat.
All right, Marv, Cotton, thanks a lot. In the overview, here's what I think Chicago has proven already. Michael shoots 6 for 15 in Game 1. In games 2 and 3, he tops 30 points, but he doesn't heat up until the second half. Single digits in the first half of both those games, and Chicago's in control all the way through. They have proven that they don't have to go to him.
Well, I think that's been the greatest improvement on the Chicago Bulls over the last couple of years. Michael Jordan can make this statement. The Pistons know, they know that they're a better basketball team because they have more balance right now. And you're seeing the emergence of Scottie Pippen going from a star to a superstar. Now, over in the West, the Lakers and Trailblazers are minutes away from the tip-off of Game 4 of their series. The Blazers trail that series 2-1, and a loss today definitely is going to probably take away the opportunity for them to achieve the dream that they want, and that is to win the title. We got Dick Enberg and Steve Jones. They're in Los Angeles. What's going on out there, guys?
Well, Pat, as you well can attest, there's not a long-standing love relationship between most coaches and sports writers, and even before this critical Game 4, there's a war of words up in the city of Portland, Oregon. On one side is sports writer Bill Walton, who is now writing a column after every Portland playoff game and often critical of the Blazers' play. In fact, he's raised the ire of the head coach of the Blazers, Rick Adelman, who says he's not at all pleased with what he's been reading.
The reason I responded is because there was so much inaccuracy in him that I just thought, you know, I mean, why is he allowed to continue to say things not only about players, but about our team when he doesn't know our team? I mean, I think it's really hard to be a professional in that field if you don't even take the time to go and talk to the coaching staff and find out what in the world they're trying to do and then make an intelligent comment. And that's what I said. And I'll answer it in my own column.
And here it is, Rick Adelman's column from today's Oregonian. They're writing for the same newspaper in Portland. Give us the facts, Bill, and forget speculation, as he goes one by one through the many critical comments of Bill Walton. Steve Jones, you're alert to what's happening up there in the Northwest. Is this serious? Is it a distraction at all for Adelman?
Well, you know, for coaches, it's serious. Anything that takes away the focus of their ball players from what they're supposed to be doing out on the floor is considered a distraction. For the Oregonian itself, and they've got both of them writing, it's selling a lot of papers. And you know, in Oregon, it's a big, big news story, and they've been talking about it for 3 days.
Well, part of the fact, of course, that in Portland, one of the smaller NBA markets, it's so important that the fans eager to read. And now a battle of words continues. And here at Showtime, it's Luella Parsons, Walter Winchell, head of Hopper country. Well, excuse me, Jack Nicholson. We'll get back to you later. And now back to Bob Costas and Pat Riley.
All right, what's your take on this?
I think he made a big, big mistake. I really do. I don't think the media has as much a part as much a part of this game as the players are, as the coaches are, and the ability of coaches and players to take the criticism and deal with it and go on with it is what it's all about. And I think he did create more of a problem than there really was.
So the point is not whether the criticism is valid or not, or whether the press is always responsible or not, and sometimes they are irresponsible. The point is, what are you focused on?
It doesn't make any difference what happens to you. It's how you deal with it. It's how you grow from it. And I think this is a big mistake to answer those criticisms.
All right, we got to call a timeout on Showtime. When we come back, it's the insiders, Bob Ferry, and a member of the press, the always esteemed Peter Vesey. Back after this.